Hey, Ken Throckmorton, welcome to AFA Today. We just wrapped up our mid-year meeting here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This week we brought chapter leadership, current and future, special interest group leaders, board of directors, staff, all together for an exciting two-day meeting. This mid-year meeting had the most attendance ever with future leadership and special interest group leaders. With that, it was more a bonding experience. We even got to the point where we did a team building exercise with building bikes that we ended up donating to Ronald McDonald House. The energy was high with this week's meetings. The meetings carried out into the hallways, carried out into the local watering holes, and continued with the high energy and brainstorming of how to do events for the local chapters and national all the last 2 days. AFA continues to grow. We know it's where you lead, where you succeed, where you grow. And I think we're growing at higher expectations than anyone ever thought we would. So let's hear from a board member, a chapter representation member, and a special interest group member of how this week went.
Hi, I'm Doug Rendy. I'm the president and CEO of Shapes Unlimited out of Youngstown, Ohio. And obviously enjoying the participation greatly in the mid-year meeting here in beautiful Minneapolis, Minnesota. The week was chock full of primarily starting on, as you'd expect, what is the strategy? What is our mission? What are our values? And how is that being aligned within the entire organization? The challenge of any industry association is making sure that you're touching all of the constituencies and make sure that everyone feels that they have a voice in the process. And this week, we've been able to work with the board, in my particular role, helping them think through how do you measure what you need to manage? In that particular case, looking at what is the size of the industry, what's the addressable market, what are the sectors that are growing or declining, and how do we address that in the processes that we put in place to advance education, leadership, etc. for the association. This is my first mid-year meeting, and over the past now year and a half in my current role, I've been very pleased to see the level of collegiality, if you will. There's a great sense of community here and truly a want to provide the right sort of tools and mechanisms to grow the industry and to do so in a way that, again, everybody feels comfortable that they're being heard. So we've done team building exercises as part of the mid-year meeting to create a little bit of fun, but we're also taking advantage of networking and sharing best practices. Yeah, so as it relates to the team involved in the mid-year meeting, you've got a wide, diverse group of contractors, suppliers, industry experts, subject matter experts, and everybody coming together with, again, a common mission to how do we advance the industry? What are the tools? What's the talent? What are the new ways of working? A good example of that is we spent a good deal of time talking about artificial intelligence. The fifth version, ChatGPT-5, was launched this week. How can the industry association use some of these tools to better advance training, learning management systems, standard operating procedures? So all of that is now being done in literally minutes rather than days, weeks, and months. And how do we stay on the forefront of that as an industry association and create the right sort of training and tools for all of our members? Yeah, I think for, again, somebody who's relatively new, but talking to the people who've been in the industry association for 20 and 30 years, their level of enthusiasm associated with, we've never seen a sort of galvanized, uniformed sense of aligned commitment to the goals that this organization is putting in place. And one reason is that we've really, for the first time, are creating hard, measurable deliverables. So for every initiative, timelines, what's the objective that can be specifically measured? And to the points raised earlier, having the metrics in place to be able to quantify that. So are we getting the tools out on time and complete? Are we, again, moving the meter forward in terms of industry research? And, as an example with Fence Pulse, Now we have a mechanism to be able to literally put your finger on the pulse of all of our customers' customers and be able to quantify, are we satisfying their expectations through the Net Promoter Score, using customer satisfaction as a way to further professionalize, if you will, all of our members. So the cool thing is everybody's pretty jazzed about it, and now taking this sort of enthusiasm and bringing it into the next generation of training events, and obviously the next big event being Fence Tech 26 in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I'm Zach Eichenberger, Director of Product and Services for Controlled Product Systems Group. I'm on the Board of Governors for the AFA, and we're in Minneapolis for the 2025 mid-year meeting. This week was fantastic. As you can imagine with board meetings, you run through the typical agenda, if you will. But what I love about mid-year is we do planning for 2026. And we talk a lot about culture and strategy, how we're going to go about our business and how we can add more value to our members. The energy at this mid-year meeting was unmatched. I've been coming to AFA meetings for the better part of 20 years. What I've noticed this year, specifically over previous years, and I think it's due to some changes that we've made in the last 3 or 4, is that the level of acumen for technology, understanding of the industry, where it's going, threats that we have to our industry has been is unparalleled by previous, I'd say, boards and other leadership, including staff in the past. But what I really noticed this year is our Board of Governors and our chapter presidents are the most intelligent group of chapter presidents I've ever been around. In addition to that, we've brought in technology leaders, strategy leaders, folks that are looking at overall statistics in the industry. And I'd say by being here myself, I've learned more at this mid-year meeting than maybe any board of directors meeting I've ever been at. So that's the shift that I'm seeing, is we're focused on the future, we're understanding where the ball's going, and we're trying to skate to the puck. So really great for me, and to soak up some of that energy and learn from those folks that are, I'd say, best in class in some of those topics I just mentioned. My favorite initiative that I saw being worked on, and I'll hopefully be part of, is leveraging technology to automate some processes, specifically leveraging AI, leveraging some AI and our automation in terms of our correspondence, whether it be social media or email. We've all heard and where we're headed with AI and some of the opportunities it can bring and some of the threats that it can bring. And I see this organization embracing it and kind of being first to market, and more importantly, being able to educate our members on how to leverage AI and incorporate that into their business to stay on top. From a staff perspective, the alignment comes from, I think, number one, being self-managed. And if you're not familiar with kind of the structure of the AFA and the board, we've been self-managed for some time on paper, but we made a recent move to bring more of staff in-house. So rather than outsourcing a lot of the marketing efforts and other types of efforts we've had, they're on staff now. So I'd say they're more laser focused on the AFA in terms of providing value. I would say also the slate, the way we elect board members changed a few years ago, where versus it was just kind of a free-for-all election. Now we're purposely putting people on that slate that have a certain skill set that they bring to the table. And that's paying off in spades, and you can kind of pick the topic of where their skill set lies. In terms of the governors and the chapter presidents, I don't know what's driving that, to be honest with you, but it's a very obvious shift from, I would say, maybe a decent business person to, we've got a set of chapter presidents that are cutting edge. They're leading the board in the right directions versus the other way around. So all in all, when you combine the two groups, it's super dynamic. Yeah, I mean, the AFA has always been the place to gather, share thoughts, talk to peers in the industry that maybe you're even a competitor with, but that have similar challenges, and kind of overcome those challenges together, learn ways of overcoming those challenges, and to build a network, right? The most important thing about getting involved with any group is getting to know the people, having somebody that you can pick up the phone and make a phone call to. But I think the shift that you're going to see long term is the overall value that the AFA can bring to you as a member. That value won't be realized without getting involved. That won't change. However, the rich programs and the access to guidance is growing in a big way. So I think that's what I'm most excited about. That's where I see the organization going, and there's no question with the leadership that we've got in place in partnership with the chapters and the chapter presidents, we're going to get there.
My name's Hugo Valdez. I live in Denver, Colorado. I am a director of the board. I'm a senior estimator for Taylor Fence Company. The AFA in general is truly in a place where it's just moving forward. I mean, it's our industry is evolving, and it has been for 20 years, 30 years, as long as I've been into it, and it's really just moving forward. And I mean, we've got great leadership, which really makes it easier to see where it's going, and it's pretty exciting times. I like seeing the special interest groups, and I like seeing how inclusive we're getting with not only Hispanics and professionals, but women, military, veterans. I like to see the fact that we are just trying to reach out to everyone. Everyone's fair game. Let's just try to get as much information, as much knowledge into anyone's hands as much as we can. Every meeting, I'm just more and more impressed. I mean, our board of directors really are driven people. I mean, you see everyone that's at this meeting are truly, leaders in our industry. Everyone cares. Everyone wants everyone to do better. Everyone wants to make a better industry, and it's motivating. It's almost infectious, to where I've got a list of things when I get home to bring to my company and say, let's do this. Let's focus on this. It really invigorates you. Everyone gets a little kind of caught up in the mundane, so it's nice to come to something to really wake you up and shake you up a little bit. I have the pleasure of going to several other trade shows. I'm involved in a couple other organizations as well. And I can tell you that AFA is truly moving forward. Not just policies and procedures, but our goals to really connect to everyone, to drive, energy within our industry. It's infectious. And so new members, I always tell them, get involved, know some people, meet some different people. There's too many people that in our industry that are, don't like getting involved, don't like competition. You'd be surprised what you can learn from other people. So